Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the owner of Arizona Vinyl Works out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're going to talk about how to install one of our popular Mac decals on your Mac laptop. Now, before we get started, I've had a couple customers talk to me about what to do if they've let their decal sit for too long before installing it. This decal was made just today, so it's good to go. But this decal I've let sit in a drawer for about a year and a half. Now the reason this is a problem is because adhesive builds over time, which is great when it's on something like your laptop or your vehicle, but when it's still stuck to the backing paper it can cause a problem. So let's say you've let a decal sit in a drawer for a long time. You might notice that the decal is not sticking to the transfer paper like it should. It's sticking to the backing paper. Now it's not ruined, but there is a way to fix this. What you need to do is start peeling it apart, and when you get to a part that's sticking, use pressure and right behind where you want it to stick, and use pressure and sort of peel it apart like this to make sure that these pieces are sticking where you want them to stick, which is on the transfer paper. Now go along the entire length of the decal. Whenever you get to a problem spot, use pressure with both fingers on each side. It might take a couple tries, but I've never had a decal completely ruined this way. About halfway through, sometimes it's nice to stop and smooth it down and go on the other side and meet yourself halfway. Depends on your preference. So again, using pressure and by angling the decal, we are going to finally get it completely separated from the transfer paper. Now once that's done, you can use a table or just smooth it out with your hand, and you've got a completely usable decal. Now, back to our original decal. What you're first going to do is make sure your surface is completely clean. Now, even if you've used decals in the past, a really good cleaner to use is odorless mineral spirits. Vinyl people swear by this. It smells a little funky, but it's really great at getting the adhesive from old decals off your surface. Take your mineral spirits and rub it all along the surface to get rid of any adhesive or anything that you don't want to get trapped under your decal. Now keep in mind this Mac is old, so some of these scratches and stuff are not going to come off. So, what you're going to do next is take your decal and place it right over the spot where you want it to go. Now, keep in mind, these decals are our most popular as long as Mac is going to keep making these light-up logos in some of their Macs. But because we want your light-up logo to be as large as possible, and we also need an area to cover up the rest of the light that you don't want showing, sometimes it can make your area of error a little bit small. So what can be done, if you're really good with an X-Acto knife, is cut into the transfer tape around the vinyl pieces to give yourself some empty spaces to make sure that you are not getting some of the edges around the logo into where you don't want it to go. Sometimes just making a little line or dot is enough to help you. Now I wouldn't recommend this unless you're really good with an X-Acto knife. However, it does help sometimes when you're lining up the decal to make sure that you don't have any part of the apple or any part that you don't want lined up showing. Alright. And like I said, using that light can be really, really helpful. Once your decal is perfectly lined up, you're going to take a piece of tape and place it along one side of your decal without moving it. Now, what this does is make sure that your decal is going to stay exactly where you placed it. As soon as you have the tape down in place where you want it to be, you are good to go. That decal is not going to move, and it is going to end up exactly where you have it taped. Now what you're going to do is peel the transfer tape from the backing paper, making sure that the only thing that's left on this hand is the empty backing paper and everything stuck to your transfer tape. Then, without letting this part of the decal touch, you're going to hold it with one hand, hold it taut. You're going to take your squeegee or stiff card. You can use a credit card if you're really careful, and you're going to smooth down the edge, and then slowly push the decal down in back and forth motions. Now, one thing that causes bubbles is going jerky like this. You want to make sure it's a smooth, solid motion all the way down. Make sure that it's totally pressed down, and then we're going to peel off the transfer tape. And if you've done everything right, then you are going to have a perfectly installed decal. See how we did? Well, thanks for watching. For more great original decals like this, check out azvinylworks.com, or for help with a custom job or just to ask a question, hit me up at contact@azvinylworks.com. Thanks for watching.